Welcome to Nick's Right podcast, where Nick is always right. Gen Xer, elder millennial, or we like to argue, and sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't. Mostly we don't. But we have a great guest today. His name is Reid Rasner. He is the top bid to buy TikTok and make it a U.S.-based company. I am super excited to talk to Reid because we've all been dinged with the violations, with the account ban warnings, and the now under review every time we post. Reid, thank you for being with us. So far, it sounds like earlier you said you've had a lot of interviews and your interviews are starting to pile up. How's your day going other than that?
Well, it's early mornings and late nights. We're making it through it, and we're doing good. So lots of conversations. We're excited to share this with the world, and it's social media for a reason. So we're happy to join, get this across all social media, and make a place that we can all discuss things and have a really great creative discussions.
Yeah, that's awesome to hear. I know Nick and I are looking forward to picking your brain. We got a lot of stuff we want to cover and ask you about. So we're probably going to cover the gambit today.
Yes.
My hope is that your interview experience with us is a little bit different than your interview experience with
We're definitely going to make it different for sure.
Definitely going to make it a little bit different. But to start us off, before we get into the real meat of it, I wanted to talk to you about something that caught my eye. Just going over some of your bio stuff and reading about who you are and what you're involved in. I know that when you were very, very young, I mean, a teenager, you were the head of a company, a glass company. You started a glass company, like a venture.
Well,
is that true?
I bought half of Wyoming Glass, so I owned Wyoming Glass out of high school.
Wow!
And then we sold that. I had a 5-year plan, and I think it turned into like a 7 or 9-year plan. But that's okay. We sold it. Then I went to college, so I did things a little bit backwards. So high school, I built a company up. Then we sold it. Went to college, and then I was going to go to law school, but honestly, academia just wasn't for me. I went out and sold real estate. Then I got into finance, and here I am today. I invest money and make people money. That's
doing what you do. That's awesome. What really caught my eye, and we'll talk more about that, I'm sure. We'll just pick your brain to pieces about that. But what caught my eye was you did all of this, and then you decided, for some reason that must be strange, to go into, of all things, theater.
Let me tell you what.
Yeah, please.
So when you apply for college, there's deadlines, and I sold a company, and I sat at home, and one day I vacuumed my house twice in one day, and I called my mom and I said, "Oh my God, I vacuumed twice today," and I was only I think 25 or something, and I just had this like realization moment of, what the hell are you doing? You're semi-retired, you've sold a company, and you vacuumed your house twice. You're
What's left?
And she said, well, go learn something. So I went up to the college, and they said, you've missed all of your deadlines to register. And I had my check in hand. I was just going to pay for the semester. And the theater director happened to be standing there, and he was a great friend of mine. And he says, he had a deep voice, Reid. And I knew him from the glass company. And I told him what was going on, and he took my check, and he goes, welcome to the theater. And I applied. I got into some shows. They let me, unfortunately for them, they let me unleash the golden pipes at one point.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I had, I think, one line in a musical, and what a mistake that was.
Okay, so you're not a musical kid, is what you're saying.
No.
The reason why we were so interested in this part of your background is because I'm an actor-producer. Nick is a writer-actor, and I do say it in those orders specifically because that's the importance of what we do. So we saw that, and we're like, oh, okay. Maybe we got some commonality.
Fellow theater nerd here, man. I studied it. I got a full ride scholarship that lasted 3 semesters. But that's why it caught my eye. I was like, oh, all right, fellow drama nerd.
So I started theater, and if you switch majors in college, you'll turn a 2-year degree, because I was just an associate's at a junior college, into a 4-year degree quickly to get an associate's degree by switching and going back and forth. So you start something, you finish it.
Yep.
That's always been my life, and I started it, and by God, we finished it. And then I went on to a university where I got English and history degrees. So
fantastic! I love what you just said. When you start something, you finish it. I'd love to know more about your values. But first, any favorite roles?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
I love that his answers are so quick and to the point.
Fair enough.
He's really he's got my attention with the way he answers questions.
Yeah, it's awesome.
They kept casting me just because I was older, I think.
So you were typecast
It's
right out of the gate.
man. I get typecast for my white hair. It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. It doesn't matter if you're good at acting or not. They're like, oh, you look good on camera.
Always the
Okay.
conservative dad.
Seriously. We do have a movie question. Since you were kind of a theater kid, are you into movies? And if so, what is your all-time favorite movie that you can just watch over and over and over again?
Well, I don't watch a lot of TV these days, but some go-tos are like Wolf of Wall Street is a great movie.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs I can watch every year. The Harry Potter films, some of them.
Okay.
At least around Christmas time. The Christmas Story movie is it's on 24/7. It just plays on repeat that day.
Love it.
There's some really great movies out there. I wish I got to enjoy more of it these days, but
hey, you're busy, bro.
Yeah.
You're busy with making America great again, along with Donald Trump.
Absolutely.
Buying probably one of the best social media platforms on the planet. And you are currently right now the top bid, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
$47.45 billion. We are the number one bid right now, and we're excited to get this across the finish line and do something very, very special for President Trump.
I love it. I have a specific numbers question. You're a numbers guy. I'm a numbers guy. Give me a percentage of how likely it is that you will be the winning bid.
Well, I'm a bit biased. 100%.
100%. Okay.
I was on a phone call with some people earlier today, and they said, I think you better prepare for a wild weekend.
Nice.
And I thought, man, that's a good sign when you're talking to supporters and financial backers and stuff, and they tell you something like that. So it gets really exciting. And you ride the highs and then you ride the lows, but you make it through it at the end of the day.
Very good.
I can't.
These guys.
Yeah, fantastic, man. I can't imagine what it would be like to what you have to go through to mobilize, I guess, or liquefy that kind of money.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone can realize how much money that is.
It's hard.
It's an enormous mountain of money. I don't know how to explain this. I don't think there's a way you can explain what's about to happen. But we're going to get it across the finish line. We're confident, and we're doing something very, very special in our partnership with the American people in this.
Wow,
I love it.
Yeah, this is just kind of a side note to put how much to put into perspective exactly how much money that is. I heard the other day, if you counted to 1 million every second, it would take you, I think, 11 days to count to 1 million. But it would take you 32 years to count to 1 billion.
Wow.
It's just amazing to me.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
So, Reid, I want to get into some hard-hitting questions about the app, if you don't mind. I know your time is valuable, and honestly, I just want these questions answered. So let me start with this one question. And this is about, because we've all suffered from the account ban warning or account bans or anything like that. And I know on other interviews that you've already had that you've answered these questions, and we'll just go ahead and answer them here. You did say that anybody who has been banned or a ban warning, their accounts are going to be restored. Correct?
Well, yeah, you should get your username back, and you should get your account back. I don't see why not. Is what happens is almost like a digital terrorism, where they go in the comments just to get you banned, and they'll say whatever trigger words that the algorithm picks up on just to get your account restricted and banned. So I don't see a problem with that, as long as you're not out there saying you're going to do some nefarious act against the government that's illegal already. So we have a freedom of speech that is protected. What's not as protected is when you violate the law. So you should get your account back if you are out there just enjoying your First Amendment right to speak your mind. And that is not a violation of our First Amendment. So, I don't see a problem with that.
All right, follow-up question to that. If the people get their accounts back, will they also get their followers back?
Well, we got to get into the algorithm and see what's left of it. So, I I don't know what's left of everything. So we're going to get in there. We get 6 months of due diligence to get in there. And let's say your handle 6 months ago was taken away from you and you had 100,000, 1 million followers, whatever it was. What happened? Did ByteDance already delete all of that? I don't know how to get something back that's gone.
Okay.
But you'll get your handle back. I can tell you, I don't know why you shouldn't be able to get your handle back.
Sure.
We just have to get in there. I don't want to sit here and promise you something I can't deliver. So let's find out what we're getting.
Yeah, that's actually a really good answer, because that's something that people were wanting clarity on from the live that I saw you were on last night, because I have friends that were in that live and they were hosting it, and they were like, hey, get some clarity on this. I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. So let's just move right along. The next one that everyone wanted to get some clarity on is the Creator Rewards program going to change from how we get paid right now? I know you said that, and we definitely want some clarity on. You said that if the app is on your phone, you're getting paid, because no longer are you giving away your information for free. You're going to get paid for that. But what about the Creator Reward program as it is right now? Is it going to change? Are we going to lose money, gain money? Like, what's that look like?
Well, hopefully you earn more money. So you're going to be creating really great content that is going out and keeping the viewers and your followers engaged, and you're getting more followers, so you should be rewarded for that. Listen, it is you all who built this app. I didn't build this app, but I'm going to buy it and protect it for you.
Nice.
And we're going to build it together, and we're going to make it great. And that's the entire idea behind this. Is there's 170 million Americans who truly built TikTok to what it is today. And we don't want to disrupt what that is, and we want to make sure you all are rewarded for that. And you get compensated for that. And that's why we're going to offer that monetization of your data and do profit sharing with you. Because right now you're giving your data away for free to all of your apps. I don't care if you're on Candy Crush. You're giving that data away for free, and they're monetizing it through ads. So why not just profit share with you if you say opt in? And you opt into the terms of services, and even if you're on the free platform, and we profit share in that with you. So you're going to make money whether you're just scrolling through the app. You're going to make more money if you're a creator. You're going to have some really great benefits coming your way.
That sounds awesome. So if I understood you correctly, when it comes to just profit sharing, when it comes to having the app on your phone, because you're giving your information away, now you're getting paid for that. That's coming off of the ad revenue that they're using to send you ads. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah. So like I own a business and I do digital advertising. And so when I boost an ad, I spend $1 to do that. And I want to stretch that dollar as far as I can. And I want to make sure that my ad is seen in front of the right people. And of that dollar, I want to make sure part of that is returned to the creators. And there's a profit sharing aspect to that for us allowing for you allowing us to use your data for that reason. So without your data, I don't know who to target. So I have to target somebody. So if I'm going to talk for my business, finance, and if we want to narrow it down exactly who I'm going to talk to, I want to make sure my videos and my content are in front of the people who are most likely to use my services or buy my products. And that's where your data comes in. And that's why when we're talking about refrigerators or a new iPhone, or you want to go buy a new car or something, those things just start popping up in your phone. It's not random.
Right.
Or you go to the grocery store and your grocery store app starts suggesting things to you and it starts giving you notifications. That's geofencing. And there's a lot that goes into this, but they're collecting data on you and then they're monetizing it. So off that monetization, we're going to profit share back to you because you own your data and you should be paid and compensated for your data. And it'll revolutionize all of social media. It truly will.
I love that. And I think we're all going to be very, very happy with that. Even Nick, because we like to argue, one of Nick's biggest issues is he's a Gen Xer. So he thinks Big Brother is always trying to take his information.
Okay, that's a slight exaggeration.
But when it comes to like even just letting his phone remember his password, he doesn't like to let it do that.
Well, okay, so that's a slight exaggeration. I think Nick's just trying to pick a fight, and I'm always up for that. I'm always up. But I will say this: Nick is right about one thing. I do lack a certain amount of trust when it comes to social media that I think younger generations don't lack. For instance, you mentioned, was it geofencing? I'm not real sure what you called it, but where you do a search, let's say, just a random search, and then for the next 2 weeks, you're getting flags pop up, advertisements pop up all over your.
Right.
I do not trust how, as of yet, Nick, okay, I do not trust how they find that information, because there have been times in my just daily life where I'm having a discussion about a certain product, let's say a new type of whatever, a piece of equipment for the gym, and I don't actually do a search. At least I don't think I did. And boom, those advertisements for that pop up. And I'm wondering, how do they get that information? I didn't willingly give it to them in any way that I'm aware of. I mean, how?
I think his question to you, Reid, is are they
What's
listening
my question, Nick?
Are they listening on your device and getting extra information?
Well, yeah, that's the question.
I guess it depends on your terms of conditions that you've signed up for and what you're allowing on your phone through your settings to be listened to or followed or tracked. So I don't know what apps you have and where it's coming. Are you using Facebook, Instagram, and what are their terms and conditions, and what are you allowing them to track on your Gmail or your Google? That's all tracking you. So geofencing is you walk into what's your grocery store in your town? What's the grocery store?
Oh, I generally either go to Kroger or Aldi's.
Tom Thumb.
Okay, so
Target.
Kroger, and you have a Kroger app, and it'll start making suggestions based off of your buying patterns and you being in that location is what it's going to notice you in that. So if you're driving by Kroger, it might notify your phone. That's geofencing.
Wow. So it's physically tracking me through GPS, I'm assuming.
Oh yeah, but you can shut tracking off on your phone, and then it really, if you use if you use an iPhone, so Apple or Google Maps, then you have to turn tracking back on. It becomes a real problem.
Yeah, I'm afraid I would get lost if I turned it off.
That's not what it means. It's not.
If you're traveling and you need that those directions, it's important to have. So
Fair.
Your apps on your phone are already collecting all of this data. All we're saying is, if you opt in, and you'll have an option to opt out and not monetize. So if you don't want to be paid, that's fine. Opt out and don't give us your information. But if you opt in, we're going to pay you for your data and allow our advertisers to use that data to make sure that their videos, your content, Nick's Right, gets in front of you, and you get new followers through organic search, and make sure we're targeting the right people for you, not just boosted ads, but make sure that Nick's Right podcast is put in front of the consumer or whoever's scrolling to make sure they see your content. And if you boost it, to make sure that, again, it is seen by more organic content and it's boosted in the algorithm even harder.
Gotcha.
Love it. Love it. Okay. I want to ask this specific question because this is about reporting, because I think you kind of answered it earlier. So because we have a problem with mass reporting right now, especially from the left. Like, they just report anybody for anything. And of course, if we report them for stuff that they do that's extremely heinous, they don't get any kind of violation. So I'm guessing that the reporting ability in TikTok is not going away, but to what you said earlier, it's only if it's something heinous against the government or something of that nature. Is that right?
Sure, you can do your reporting. And we've had internal discussions about community notes and how Elon has used community notes in his X app. That way, you still have a freedom of speech to say something, but community notes goes, that's absurd and that's a lie, which sometimes it's just hilarious when they get fact checked.
I've seen it.
It's really it's a fun time. But if it's something heinous and it's illegal, then obviously that's another situation. But if it's just a blatant lie, it's misinformation, then we can use community notes style software to correct that, and it turns it into something a little bit funnier for us because community notes are just hilarious to read.
Oh, they are. Okay, so the next thing I want to get to is the when it comes to being verified or blue check mark, if I understood it correctly from last night, it's going to be more of a tier system, kind of like what X is right now, like paying for premium. Is that what you guys are wanting to move it into?
Yeah, so we have red, white, and blue. Founders Talk is our highest level. So listen, on X, you have gold badges for enterprises that cost quite a bit of money. And we have a free version, and we have a $25 a month version. There's different versions for what you need, and not everyone needs to pay for it or a verification. So you can use the free version, and as your following grows, you can grow into these other these other badges and these other platforms. And all it's doing is putting additional tools that you already have access to. It's just amplifying those tools to make sure that your content is growing with your business, and you're able to make the very most out of this app for whatever your needs are, whether it's content production or sales or services, whatever your needs are on TikTok, because there's a lot of creators out there doing a lot of different things.
Oh, I love that. So you actually answered my question. So there will be a free option to actually get the blue check mark. Is that going to be off of like an ID verification type of thing, or is it more of like you have to qualify for a free check mark with so many followers?
Well, we've just actually got off of an interesting phone call on verification, so stay tuned on that as we iron this out. But there's a way to eliminate these bots and truly do something great in the space. And I don't want to give too much away yet because the partnership hasn't been fully developed. But there is a very great verification tool out there that will also eliminate the bots across the app to enhance your experience. So that'll be good for us.
I love that, bro. I think I've gotten to most of my questions. I did have a preliminary question, but it's kind of been answered from the start of our conversation, because whenever I first slid into your DMs, and I know that sounds terrible, but that's what I did. I DM'd you like, hey, we'd love to have you on our podcast, and you responded, or I think it was Josh that responded, whoever is working the TikTok account. And I was just thinking to myself, I did some preliminary research on you. You said you were a small business owner, and I'm thinking to myself, how does a small business owner have $47 billion to buy TikTok? And so, but Josh answered that question, but if you don't mind answering that question for us while we're here on the show.
We've raised an enormous amount of money through private equity, and we're very proud of what we've done, and it's a very exciting thing. So
awesome. So it's a private equity investment from other investors, and according to Josh, and you can just do yes or no on this, all the investors are American. Like
100%. And we've had interest outside of America, and we've turned down money.
Perfect.
So this is for America, by America, and it's going to be an American first. And this is the golden age of America. President Trump has set the standard high, and we're gonna clear the standard for him.
Man, straight from the cowboy state. Man.
Make TikTok great again.
So if I had one question about this whole thing, I know you in your head, Reid, you probably have 100 reasons for why you're doing this. What would be the one primary reason you're doing this?
I think there are two reasons we're doing this. One is for the American people, to deliver a big win to the American people and finally revolutionize this and really turn the tables for them on how they earn on the app and how they can run their businesses on the app, because there's a lot of small businesses on this app that really rely on this app for their weekly or monthly income. And two is to deliver a massive win to President Trump, especially during his first 100 days in office, and truly make this a legacy for President Trump that he can stand on forever, and do something very special for him that's so important. He's done so much for all of us. To do something and deliver something like this for him is going to be just something that we can all be proud of as Americans, I think. And to be part of this is so special. But President Trump will always be part of America and always be in my heart. So we love that guy.
Fabulous. So President Trump comes up with Truth Social, and then Elon Musk comes up with X.
Buys X.
Mm-hmm. Would you put yourself in the same sort of fraternal order of conservatives buying up enormous platforms to push the American agenda? Or do you look at this as something you're doing uniquely just unto yourself?
No, this is definitely for America. So this is I don't know if I'll ever be in the league of President Trump. The man, it'd be a hard shoe to fill. And I can only ever aspire to do something like that. This is definitely the American first bid. That's how this bid was created. This bid was built around President Trump, his agenda, and we wanted to make sure that the American people won, and won in a very big fashion with this offer. And that's exactly what we presented. that's how we've evolved our offer, because it has changed from the original offer to include his sovereign wealth fund. And it's went from, that's even had changes in it to where now we're going to donate 5% of our equity to the sovereign wealth fund to establish that for President Trump, and allow him to continue to buy into it if he so chooses and wants a larger stake in TikTok at the same valuation. So at the $50 billion valuation, we'll call it for math purposes, he can buy in a year, whether it might be worth $200 billion at that time. He still gets to buy in at the $50 billion valuation, up to a certain amount, which I think is fair for all of the investors involved. It's fair for the American people because they'll be able to prosper off of what they're earning on this app, and they'll be able to buy in at the same valuation that they were originally given their stake in. So am I in this same conservative class 100% with President Trump and Elon Musk protecting our First Amendment? And I can only ever aspire to be as great a man as President Trump is.
That's
well said.
Well said, straight from the horse's mouth.
Our hats are off to you, man. Let's get her done. Let's do this.
I do have, I kind of want to transition because it sounds like, if I did my research correctly, you kind of moved into kind of a Shark Tank type of person where you actually buy and sell businesses, right?
Well, I bought and sold businesses for sure. So I do business. Okay. It's I don't know. I'm a businessman. This is what I do. I invest money for people. I look for opportunities.
I'm glad you said that, because we might have an opportunity for you. So I'm a producer, actor. He's a actor, writer. We actually just started producing films where we're producing films that are about $5 to $10 million of quality, like production quality, but we spend a fraction of the cost to where the ROIs are almost guaranteed. And we can't say guaranteed, even though I want to. We can't say guaranteed because no business person likes to hear the word guaranteed. They always turn off. But if you saw the back end numbers, you'd be like, holy cow. And it's because we partnered with a distribution company, and their whole goal is to bankrupt Hollywood. And I don't know about you, but with everything going on in Hollywood, I'm okay with bankrupting Hollywood. What would you say to something like that?
Crush them.
Crush them. Love it.
Okay, so
there's a lot of room out there, and TikTok might be an amazing opportunity for all of you, especially once you learn about some of the other features that we have coming in the works in the background. I think there's a great space for everybody here.
Love it.
There's enough at the table for a lot of really great ideas, and everyone certainly has them, and we want the best ideas, and we want to make sure that they become incorporated with our app. So there certainly room in the table.
Well, we already are, to be honest with you. We've got a movie we have coming out. It's called 426. It's based off of spiritual warfare inside the marriage. It is a semi-faith-based type of film based on a true story, and we spent less. I can't say the number on, but we spent very little. But it has a production value of about $5 to $10 million, and it looks amazing. And so the people we partner with, the distribution is probably going to be in about 1,000 theaters. So we actually have a plan to do about 5 more of those types of films this year, and we're looking for investment opportunity, if you know what I mean. So that's why I wanted to ask you that question, and especially if you're on the side of bankrupting Hollywood.
Let me clear the $50 billion off my plate before I promise it.
Of course,
I have a tall glass of water I got to drink here.
We totally understand, but we would be bad producers if we didn't just throw it across your table, if you know what I mean.
I appreciate that.
Well,
go ahead.
Speaking of that, I've got a question that kind of goes along the same lines as what Nick just brought up. We've seen in the last couple of years, probably 6 or 8 years, a very failed business model that keeps getting repeated over and over and over again. From Bud Light to Target to we mentioned bringing. Bankrupting Hollywood, which I think they're doing a pretty good job of that themselves. We'll just finish off the job for them. As a businessman, a man who's owned businesses, who knows finance, why in the world, in your opinion, is it that these big companies keep repeating the same failed formula over and over and over again? And if I got to say the words "go woke, go broke," then I will. Why are they doing that, Reid? Why?
I have no idea. That's out of my wheelhouse. I don't know. What are you thinking when you do that? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm the wrong guy to ask.
Okay.
No,
That's
you're the
fair.
right guy to ask.
It won't happen at TikTok. It's not going to happen at Omnivest. It won't happen at Rasner Media. That stuff isn't going to happen.
Nice.
That's not a good business model, and we don't play in that.
No, and honestly, TikTok has been practicing the same business model as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you mentioned free speech earlier on the platform, and then you mentioned community notes. How much of speech will be protected by community notes themselves, and do you have like other mechanisms that you're going to bake into the platform to protect free speech? I mean, do you have any ideas on that, or have you had any?
I know the answer to this. I can't wait to hear his answer. Go ahead.
Well, let's hear it.
A couple things. One, we don't have diversity, equity, and inclusion, so that's not going to happen. You're going to be rewarded.
No die.
Work that you put in. So if you make great content, then you'll be rewarded on this app because people will want to consume and watch your content and engage with you. So let's be very clear to clear up the last subject. As far as community notes, I mean, your free speech is protected and guaranteed under the Constitution of the United States. And I'm not the person to sit there and say you can or can't say this, but I'll tell you, I don't make the laws. And if you break the laws, I can't help you. That's out of my wheelhouse. So if you're going to threaten to kill someone, I believe that's a violation of the law. I can't help you there. I don't know. You can say whatever you want. We have free will. God gave us free will. It's a beautiful thing. But you don't have to react to every single thing, especially with violence, maybe, depending on what you say. And I think you know what I'm alluding to here. You can't say certain things because it violates the law.
You can talk freely here, Reid. We're not live. And we'll cut it out, so you can talk freely. Yeah.
Well, listen, if you threaten to kill the president, I don't care who the president is. That's illegal to do. And when that happens, that's a violation of the law. So that's not protected speech. So there are certain things that are not protected and are clear violations of the law. We have domestic terrorists that are clearly violating the law in America, and President Trump has outlined exactly what those violations are. Those acts are not protected speech, and that's according to lawmakers in the Supreme Court. We can't help you there. I don't know, but we're going to protect your speech within the confines of the law. It's a guaranteed right of the Constitution. And I think the community notes will then say they'll call you out for your BS. How about
so basically, a conservative interpretation of the Constitution of our great country is how you're going to protect speech.
A realistic.
That's what I was. Yeah, I think it's more of a like this is how it is, not a conservative interpretation. It's just how it is.
All right, fair enough.
I think you have a freedom of speech. I mean, your First Amendment rights are protected.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. I agree.
But if you violate the law, I don't know. There's clear laws saying you may not threaten to kill the president.
Exactly. I mean, even if it's just, you could go a little bit a step down. If you're threatening to kill somebody else, that's against the law. Like, like if it's against the law, that means you don't have free speech protected against breaking the law. I mean, and we've had people do that already. Like I actually stitched a girl saying, well, if someone will do it, I'm pretty sure there's people that'll get behind you to do it. And everyone knew what she was talking about because she had pink hair or purple hair. I mean, there was no getting around what she was alluding to. So, as long as it doesn't break the law, I agree with that because it should be a free speech platform. I should be able to voice my opinion about something without it being flagged by somebody who gets offended by my opinion. You know what I mean? So,
agreed. Yeah.
You are allowed to scroll past the videos you don't like. And if you're a Democrat and I don't like your videos and what you're saying, I get to scroll past you. But I don't have a right to censor you and tell you may not speak what you want about our tax system, say, or who's going to be the next president. I do not have a right to be offended by what you say, but you have a right to say offensive things. So let's be really clear about what's happening here. You do not have a right to violate the law. And I can't help you with that, though. But to be offended, sorry. keyboard warriors. I don't know what to tell you. You can scroll past them. The engagement is great though, so you want that engagement on your videos. You want those thumbs up, those thumbs down. You want you want that engagement because that helps you out in the algorithm anyway, I think.
Oh yeah, I actually just there's a video that I put up a while back just talking about Adam Schiff and all the shifty stuff that he's doing. And just today I had someone come in and just call Donald Trump every little thing under the sun. They didn't get flagged. I didn't have to approve the comment. And usually when those kind of people come in, I just kind of say, thank you for engaging. I appreciate your engagement.
Appreciate the engagement.
And then
because once they do it, then their entire network sees your video too, so they don't even realize that they're helping your video reach more people.
Yeah, I do
so
love that.
Engagement is good, and social media is a social place where we all get to come together, and there's good stuff happening. But I don't get to suppress anybody or censor anybody. We don't censor. If you're violating the law, you violate the law. If you're a domestic terrorist and you're saying things that violate the law, because let's be honest, that's what they're doing.
That's exactly right.
Then I can't help you there. And that's not censorship. That's an actual violation of the law.
Yeah, and no one has a right not to be offended. It grates my nerves every time I hear that. What about my right not to be offended? Well, I'm sorry, you don't have one of those.
Gosh. I do want to bring you in on a continuous argument that me and Nick have, and
Nick and I.
Me and Nick. So we're producers. We also do books and scripts and all this other stuff. And I need to ask you a specific question. I'm not going to give you any leeway. I just want to know if you know what this word means. Do you know what the word scurrilous means?
No. Scurrilous.
Okay. All right. We're going to put it into some context for you. And don't make it overt. Just.
Okay, so it's an ongoing argument that Nick just won't let die. I wish he would. I used the word scurrilous in a novel, and he didn't know what it meant, so he got all bent out of shape.
Because I was doing the audiobook for it, so I came across it. I didn't know what it meant, so I had to stop recording. I had to go look up the word. I had to learn how to pronounce it, and then had to put it in the sentence. And it was just a tedious thing.
Yeah, I feel very bad for that. So scurrilous, yeah. I mean, it was in the description of our bad guy, calling him a scurrilous man. I think the context then illuminates what scurrilous means, which is untrustworthy, unlikable. He's a scurrilous guy. The word scurrilous just phonetically sounds bad.
I'm so thankful that he didn't know what it meant.
See, I was kind of. Yeah, well,
that's our. We have a segment on our show where we talk about words that no one uses, because Nick, he's very good at researching whenever he writes. And he goes for one of our novels. He's very good at researching, and he finds and I was cussing his name whenever I was recording the audiobook, because literally 3 times a chapter out of 43 chapters, I had to stop recording, learn the word, put it in a sentence, and keep going. It was quite.
If you try to make everybody happy, you end up making nobody happy.
My whole argument is we needed to make it to where it's easier to read, because there's a demographic out there that don't know these kind of words, and if they don't know these kind of words, they're going to turn off the audiobook, or they're just going to put down the book or whatever. And his, as a producer, I'm thinking that way. I want to make more money, and his is like, no, I write this way. They can just deal with it.
They're not another exaggeration, but whatever. It's all good, bro. It's all good.
Reid, I want to thank you for coming on. This has been an absolute treasure and privilege for you to be here. We'll have this up in about an hour, so we'll tag you and everything. Is there anything you want to say? And I hope you get really, really explicit here. Is there anything you want to say to anybody out there, especially any other country?
Yeah, you still have time left, so now's your chance.
Wait, listen to him. He's going to say it.
I think we made this offer because China can suck it.
Yeah,
that's the fact right there. So.
That ought to be a T-shirt. That's great. That's great.
Go to founderstalk.com and you can buy the T-shirt. It's on there already.
Nice.
Fantastic. Okay. Hey, repeat that website.
Do it one more time.
Yeah, founderstalk.com. So founders, plural, TOK.com.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Founders Talk.
You can get the shirt that says China can suck it.
Absolutely. China can suck it. This is President Trump's time to shine. This is the American people's time to truly create something special and prosperous for them. It's time for the American people to finally win. on the global stage and stop being put second and third and fourth and always at the bottom of the barrel. It's time for us to win big and create something that lasts for generations to come. And that's exactly what President Trump has given us the opportunity to begin building. And we are so happy to be part of this. So get out there and create your content. Let President Trump know Rasner Media should own TikTok and make your videos, send your tweets on your X, make your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikToks, get on TikTok and make those, get it all out there and make some noise. Everyone keeps saying around 2 to 4 billion views is what we've generated in the past few weeks. So we're doing very good, and I think it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
And President Trump retruth socialed us, so it's amazing.
That's
He's right
fantastic.
There. We're the only ones that have been retruth social or truth social. He didn't even read. He actually
just truthed it.
He did it all himself.
I have a question for you. Since you're buying TikTok, what would it take for you to buy Meta?
What's the valuation on Meta? It's got a. Boy,
I don't trust Zuckerberg as far as I can throw him. I'm sorry. Even though he says he's going to make it free, I've lost 2 accounts on Instagram and Facebook. 2. And it was bogus. And I can't get them back, and there's no one to talk to. So I'm just really thankful that you're doing this, and China can suck it. So, like...
Yep.
Dude, you've been great. I'm going to say right now that we endorse you to buy TikTok. I know you're the number 1 bid, but just talking to you now, we're on board with it. Are there any hashtags that we can put out there that everybody is putting up? I know that Ray and the other creator that I was talking to, there's a certain hashtag that we have. Is that?
Yep. Hashtag. This is the new thing. Hashtag buy US TikTok. So buy us TikTok, and we're going to buy you TikTok. So buy US TikTok. Buy letter US TikTok.
Okay. So
TOK.
Hashtag buy US TikTok.
Well, buy us TikTok works too.
Buy us TikTok. Yeah, buy us TikTok. Yeah,
absolutely.
There you go. We're doing it. We're doing this for the American people. So buy us TikTok. Buy US TikTok. We're going to make TikTok American. It's going to be a very special. It's coming down to the final hours. We're getting close.
Okay. Well, I'll keep in
touch.
I'll keep in touch with your media guy that I'm in touch with, just to kind of keep boots on the ground, just to hear how everything's going. Thank you so much for coming on.
I'm very sorry you had to navigate all of Nick's uninformed questions. But yes, thank you for being here, man. From the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah, let me know when to come back. We'll come back.
We'll love you to have you, especially
once
when you get
buy
it bought. Once you buy it, then we'll have you back.
Absolutely.
And we can do that at your discretion. Thank you so much. We're going to go to commercial break, and we'll go ahead and let you go from this segment. Thank you again, and thank you for putting America first and buying TikTok to make it great again, American style.
100%.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Absolutely. So, Nick's Right Podcast is brought to you by this new clothing line called Ascent. We're both wearing it. Ascent Clothing Co. You can go to Path of Ascent. This is a faith-based clothing company, and it is fantastic. This is one of our product placement products.
Yeah.
The product placement products.
The people that made our movie possible.
Yeah, they're one of the products that made our movie possible, 426. Make sure you check out 426. You can go see the trailer on YouTube, just 426 trailer, and you will definitely see this clothing line all throughout the movie.
And what is the Ascent website?
Pathofascent.com.
Pathofascent.com if you want some really cool sweaters, workout gear. I love this. You can ask Nick. I wear it almost hoodie every day. Yeah, because when it's not too cold, that you can't get away with wearing a long sleeve hoodie.
Yeah,
but it's still kind of chilly, and you want your core to be warm, dude. I wear this all the time. I love it, man.
He wears it over his work shirt.
Over my work shirt.
We get a lot of publicity on that. But yeah. Ascent, pathofascent.com. Oh, yeah, so we're recording right now. Yeah. Oh, this is great.
Outtake.
Okay, so we just want to do a recap with Reid Rasner. He is the number 1 bid for TikTok to make TikTok an American company. It looks like...
Make TikTok great. Not great again. I don't think it was ever great. But he's going to make TikTok great.
It's going to make TikTok America great. But here's the recap. So one big thing that I saw is that we're going to get something like community notes, so we won't have to worry about mass reporting. I absolutely love that the Creator Reward Program is not going away. We will actually probably make more money off of the Creator Reward Program because I know some creators that just lose payouts because they deem them, not worthy of the creator reward program, or it's not high quality or something like that. And it's just them talking to the camera like they've done on all their other videos. So creator reward programs not going away. We're probably going to get paid more. And then we are also going to get paid off of just having the app on your phone if you want to opt in to giving your information away for ads. So therefore, you will get a paycheck just from having the app on your phone, strictly from ad revenue.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's why a TikTok user like yourself would love the idea.
Like us.
Yeah, like us. Well, you more than me. I mean, let's face it. But yeah, me too, man. That's why we would love the idea of a guy like Reid Rasner buying TikTok. I personally like the idea of TikTok being run by a guy who's got values that speak to integrity and honor and honesty and fairness.
Yeah,
and you put all of that into a machine. It's got the power of TikTok, man, and it can go anywhere.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's like,
dude, I even like with the creator reward program, since we're both filmmakers, I even thought about this. If you build up a page for a movie that you're trying to produce, and you do that before you even shoot the movie, you can even do it with concept art or AI art, just like I'm doing with Beyond Sight. And you build it up to where you're now qualified for the creator reward program, that's another source of revenue for the movie. But if you do it right, you can actually use that money to fund your movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's endless possibilities.
Itself.
It really does. Yeah.
Write it down, Nick. Reciprocates.
I know what reciprocates means, man.
There's an R in it. Reciprocate.
What?
Reciprocate.
Yeah, never mind. Hey, it's just another point on my side because he didn't know what scurrilous means, okay? So, whatever, Nick.
He did tip the scale to 60-40. It was 55-45.
Okay.
60-40.
And this is a predominant businessman, all right? And he didn't know what scurrilous means.
He was a theater major.
So you think he should know what scurrilous means? I mean, I'm just saying.
All right, whatever, Nick.
So I think when it comes to the Indian crowd, I think Nick is right.
Nick's right.
Okay, thank you guys for watching.
Yep.
We'll definitely have him back on the podcast as soon as possible. We'll keep you updated on the TikTok. Make sure you follow us on TikTok at Nick's Right Podcast, Nick's Right Pod, on X at Nick's Right Pod, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, Nick's Right Podcast. We just got it up. The trailer's out. This is going to be our first episode that we launch. We love you guys. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, see you.